On today's video, I'll give you my first impressions about the Vallejo Xpress color range. Welcome to We Play Games. Today I'm really excited because I just got, finally, after a while, a set of the Vallejo Xpress colors, and I want to give them a try and find out what I like about them, what I don't like. I figure I'll make a quick video on this. I'm basically trying them out for the first time here on camera. These are my test models. I have a Blood Bowl team for Lizardmen. I still don't know exactly what I'm gonna be using as the color for this team, but I figure I'll try yellow body with perhaps some blue scales and that upper fin, whatever you call that on lizards. But I'm excited about this. I have tried the Citadel contrast paints before as well, which I really like. I've tried the Army Painter once as well, but I've always been a fan of Vallejo paints. I think they're really good, and I'm excited to see what they do with the contrast here, or the, not contrast, but you know, the Express paint, which gives you that contrast look. So anyways, here we are trying Imperial Jello. Right here we go. Can you see that? I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna just go over the head first. So I'm right-handed, so sorry, the camera's on my right and might be blocking some of the application. I'm gonna try to avoid the scales on the back on this model. Let's see how well I can do. Obviously with contrast or any type of Express paint, or I know contrast is the actual name of the Citadel brand, but I think we kind of all ended up referring them as a contrast technical paint, I guess. But I don't know exactly what is the right term for this particular type of paint. But anyways, as far as the contrast that they're giving us, the whole point of this is to create shadows and highlights in one coat. So I'm trying to go a little heavy with this. I am not going light at all, but I am trying to avoid other areas. So I don't know if you can see that on camera, but already kind of painted the robe that he has right there. So, but I'm starting with the lighter color first, so that any darker colors that I'm gonna apply later, I could cover then. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the body here. I'm gonna speed this up, and I'm probably gonna let it dry. Well, I'll show the results of how it looks before it dries, and then I'll show the results how it looks after it dries. Okay, so I'm gonna speed this up for now, and I'll finish the body. Okay, so this is the finish, well, the end result after painting just the body. It's still drying, as you could tell. It's still very glossy and it's wet in many areas. It went down pretty smooth. I don't feel like it puddles a lot in any particular area. I've used enough paint in my brush. I don't feel like I overloaded a lot on paint on the brush, so maybe that's the reason also why I didn't puddle a lot. I do see some of the contrast right now, but it's still wet, so I'm gonna wait until this is dry, and then we'll come back to this. In the meantime, while this dries, I missed a little spot here. In the meantime, while this dries, I'm gonna try different color on the same team, but this time I have a little chameleon piece right here. So I'm gonna try green on this one. Once again, I'm gonna choose here. Well, I'm gonna start with not sure, either troll green or orc skin. Let's try the lighter one. I think this is a slightly lighter version than that one. Let me see how this looks. Hopefully, you know what? Let's experiment something real fast. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of this yellow that we use on this, and I'm just gonna add it to that, and then I'm gonna mix this up, see what kind of green we get. Yeah, okay, I want a little bit brighter color, so I think this kind of works for him. So let's start with this guy, and here we go. I hope this is on the shot. Oh, this is definitely, it's a nice color. It does end up looking, I think I wanted a little bit brighter color for him, but let's see how this looks when it dries. He is looking a little bit too much, still too much like orc skin, which is a really nice color. I mean, it's still, I think still works for him, but since in the game I have orcs as well, I wanted to paint, you know, to differentiate the greens. I think I should have used maybe a more of a turquoise green with him, perhaps. Not sure. Anyways, I'm gonna paint him up, and I'm gonna speed this process up, and then I'll show you the end result of this after I'm done. Okay, so this is how it looks now that it's still wet. I really like the green. It's a beautiful color. I still think perhaps for him he needed a slightly different green, being a chameleon. But it's still, I really like it. It's really nice green. I don't know how it shows on the camera when you're watching this video, how well the green comes across, but it's a beautiful green. I think this green will work great for Nurgle and also orc skin, like I said before. But keep in mind that I mixed my green with the yellow, what is this, the Imperial Jello. So I mix it a little bit, but what I'm gonna do on the next step when this dries, I'm gonna go back to the original green intensity, and I'm gonna reduce it with the medium, and I'm gonna see about making a wash to make the darker areas of him even darker. So we'll see when that dries. But for now, it's only been a few minutes since I painted the previous model. So I'm gonna put this to the side. I'm gonna take a look at this one and see how long it takes for this to dry. So let me show you this around. So I can still see that it's pretty much all dry, but the deepest areas are still wet. So I could see areas where I could still see some of the express color has not dried completely, but I think we are safe to try different color on top of this for now. So let's risk it a little bit since we're just trying out stuff and experimenting. But let's try I don't know, let's see what, let's check this out. This is a turquoise or even turquoise. Let's try this out on the scales for him. Might be too dark, but we'll see. With this being express color paint, maybe it's not as dark as it seems. So really nice color, as you can see right here. Let's go ahead and start with the head. So I'm going to start closest to his head and bring it back. You guys see that? Okay. So trying to be careful where the head reaches. I'm sorry, where this meets the head. Since there's still some areas that are wet, I'm concerned about this bleeding down into the head and making everything a mess in the head. So I'm trying to be gentle and slow with this process, and I'm bringing the paint towards the higher area here. So loading up my brush again. I am using a wet palette. I think you could do without a wet palette because they don't seem to. I don't believe these are gonna dry too fast in a tile or a dry palette if you have that. Now this particular color, it's a really rich. So far they've been very rich as far as the pigmentation. However, I feel that this one, that whole contrast effect, it's present on this color, but because it's so highly pigmented, I don't think it shows as much as the other color down here, or the green. Actually, the green was probably the one that has the most contrast effect with the shadows and the highlights so far. The yellow was a really good one coat, even base coat. I could probably still highlight that or darken it with maybe an orange, but I like how that looks, that combination so far. Let's go ahead and do that on the scales here too. So I'm gonna once again speed this up and show you how that looks at the end. Okay, so this is how it looks now. It's obviously still drying. It's a the combination of the two colors are really makes the little guy really pop. Now I'm wondering what color I should do his shorts. I'm not sure what's gonna be the team uniform colors, but for now I just kind of wanted to work on the actual body of these little guys and get an idea of what they look like. So one thing that I'm noticing between Express Color and Army Painter is that Army Painter feel, what's the right word for them? They feel a little more viscous, like it's almost like there's a lot more whatever resin or whatever they add to the blend of the pigment on the paints. They don't feel like they flow as easily as these ones do right now, or game what is it called, Games Workshops. That's the Citadel ones. So Citadel and these ones right now feel like they cover faster and easier. I feel like I struggle a little more with sorry, we got on the camera with the other ones. I keep forgetting what's their line. I know it's Army Painter, but what do they call them? Speed paints, right? Speed paint. This was painted with speed paints, like the hair, and similar to what I experienced with the Scale Color, which is a brand of paint where you need to mix quite a lot, otherwise you get like this toothpaste consistency out of the paint. You need to mix it for a long time, and it feels like it's very pasty when it's applied. I feel like I experienced the same thing with speed paint so far, at least the original set of speed paints. I know that they're releasing a second or 2.0, and hopefully they are better, but this was painted with those paints, just as, you know, experimenting with the colors and what I could do with them. I do like the skin colors. I did some highlights on Gambit here, so that was done with some highlights, and some of everything was speed paint, so whatever the skin color was that I have, I can't think of the name right now. But let me see if I could show that real fast. Well, actually, I don't know where I have my speed paints at the moment, but if you have experimented with Citadel and Army Painter, I think you know what I'm talking about, like how thick they are, or, you know, thicker than these. These feel like they have a lot more water in them perhaps, and they flow easier off the brush. But anyways, I just want to kind of show you my first experience using these paints. I really like what you could get with them. What I'll probably end up doing is I'm gonna continue painting this on my own and finish up. I'm gonna try to just use the Express colors on these ones, and then when I'm done using the Express colors only for the base coat, I'm gonna see about mixing them with other paints from perhaps Vallejo and do highlights over the colors here. So I'll do that in the second video. I'll finish these guys up and show you what's the end result of this. But for now, I just wanted to share with you guys what I think of them. I like them so far. I think they're worth the money that I pay for them. But we'll see the end results in another video. Alright guys, well, thank you for watching. Once again, another Vallejo Xpress color. If you guys enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. Let me know what have been your experiences with these paints, if you have tried them so far or not. Also, let me know if you have any recommendations for a team color for this Blood Bowl team. So I have 2 Chameleon guys, I have 6 Skinks, 5 Saurus, and 1 Croxigore. They all have some sort of shorts, so I don't know what to do with the shorts. What I was gonna do with the Skinks is continue with this color scheme with the Skinks. The Saurus, I was gonna do a blue body with red scales. So I know it's a very colorful team, but I wanted to differentiate the lizards between themselves, and then differentiate make the team colors uniform team colors. So I don't know, I was thinking about maybe something just blue and white stripes perhaps, or something not too colorful, something to balance out the team, maybe some white or maybe just some black. But anyways, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think, and thank you for watching. Bye.